Hey everybody, welcome to TIW Podcast. I'm Eric, and today I watched WWE SmackDown Live episode 1046 and 205 Live episode 145. These were both broadcast on September 3rd, 2019. So we open up the show with Bayley explaining her actions last night, that her friendship with Sasha comes before anything else, and she's just trying to show all of you kids loyalty. Like the meaning of loyalty, what it means to be loyal, with her loyalty to Sasha. Then Charlotte comes out, and then Sasha comes out, and Charlotte attacks, but Sasha goes and gets a chair, and she gets whacked with it many times by both Bayley and Sasha. It's pretty great. Then we had a King of the Ring second round match. Ali versus Elias. That was that half of my bracket is completely wrong, and I didn't update it with who's actually in there. That's why I was throwing out. Wait, I was like, which round is this? So I had picked neither of these people to be in there, but out of the two, Elias advanced via drift away, since he was focusing on Ali's leg, and this was a really good match. And then we had backstage in his closet somewhere, Aleister Black says, "I'm coming to the mountain, since the mountain won't come to me." That's not his voice at all. So he gets geared up and then heads out, and then he doesn't actually appear in the ring. He says, "I'm coming out the ring to see who will fight me." And he doesn't actually get there until 45 minutes. Maybe that's why nobody's knocking on his door, because he chooses a room that's so far away from the ring. Like, how's anybody supposed to find him? They're going to spend... That's if they even find... If they guess right and they go there right away. That's 45 minutes to get there, and 45 minutes to get all the way back. And that's probably why Cesaro was able to find him, that he was doing like a Clash of Cesaro episode or something before, and then he stumbled upon Aleister Black's room at that arena. Or at that arena, he might have had a closer room. I don't know. So Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss versus Fire and Desire, Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose. Fire and Desire wins via a sweep and knee combination, which was pretty cool. And so they earned a championship match at Clash of Champions. Now, unless things change, which I guess they could, there's still another week. There's still the Madison Square Garden there's still the Madison Square Garden shows. They could. What was I saying? This match could change, but this will be, I believe this is the first time that no, I'm wrong. Never mind. They defended them at the last pay-per-view on the kickoff show in a singles match, right? Or was it it was a multi-team match on, I don't even remember. I'm going to have to look that up. SummerSlam 2019. We're going to the Wikipedia page to see what was on the kickoff show. Okay, it was Alexa and Nikki versus the Iconics on the kickoff. Okay, that makes sense. So never mind. But this could be on the kickoff. If it's not on the kickoff, then it'll be the first time that's on the main show, where it's just a regular team versus team match. But we'll find out what happens with all of it, with everything on this whole show. We'll find out what happens eventually. Let's see. Next was UK Takeover to Cardiff, which was amazing. Next, Clash Champion. I'm pulling up the thing. So we got a couple of added matches. Roman Reigns versus Eric Rowan was added to the card. And we'll get to one of the matches was updated, and we also got something else added for sure somewhere. No, everything else is already solidified in here, I think. Yeah. The only brand new match was Roman Reigns versus Eric Rowan. Up next, Randy comes out and says, Kofi, let's do this now. Let's not wait till a Clash of Champions. But as Kofi is making his entrance, Revival beats up Kofi as he's coming out, and they just continue beating him up, and he gets called stupid more and more, and then gets hit with this Shatter KO, which they're still calling just a Super KO, which is, you may as well just call it Shatter KO. A Super RKO, rather, or a Shatter RKO. Anyway, I always love seeing. It's only happened like 2 or 3 times now, but I love it every single time. Actually, 3 times. I think they've done it 3 times. And then another second round King of the Ring match: Chad Gable versus Andrade, and I did pick Andrade and Gable to be in this round, but I picked Andrade to advance, and Chad Gable got the win with a very surprising reversal. That was this whole match was fantastic. So go and watch this. Go and watch this match. Go watch this match. Go watch this match. Match of the week. Match of the week. 205 Live for the first time in like 2 months didn't have the match of the week because this was it. Then we had Aleister Black versus Shelton Benjamin. Aleister Black won fairly quickly after a very nice sequence by landing the Black Mass. And then we had Bo Dallas backstage win the 24/7 title off of Drake Maverick real quick. That was exciting. And then we had Shinsuke Nakamura versus a guy who is not Andrew Howard. That's I think I missed his actual name, but Sami Zayn is like that's not his name. So that's all I knew as far as what his name. Anyway, after this match, Shinsuke obviously destroyed this guy, this local guy. The 24/7 chaos spills into the ring. Drake wins the championship back as Bo Dallas is distracted by all the other people getting in on the action. But as Drake goes up the ramp celebrating, R-Truth is standing there next to the throne, the King of the Ring throne, wearing the lampshade on his head. It's a callback to the porn parody that he and Carmella did a few weeks ago. Where's Carmella been? What the heck? We're getting her separated from R-Truth for some reason. That makes me a little bit sad. But R-Truth rolls up Drake Maverick, and he is now a 13-time 24/7 champion, something like that. And we'll see what happens next with that. Let's see. Daniel Bryan comes out, demands an apology from Roman Reigns. Roman enters, and he is attacked by Rowan. Rowan then explains his actions and says, "Hey, buddy," to Daniel Bryan, "you're worse than everybody else. I'm nobody's puppet. Nobody can control me, and I'm proud of what I did to Roman Reigns." But Daniel Bryan, he challenges Daniel to slap him, come into the ring and slap him, which he eventually does once he puts let's see. Once he beats up Roman Reigns a little bit, and then Daniel Bryan gets put through the announcer's table, and that's. I like what's going on here. This makes it ties everything together so far. Even the stuff that seems like, oh, they like just forgot about that or whatever. It makes sense. They don't have to specifically spell it out and all that. I think it's pretty obvious, or at least the implication is there that we can just assume that the fake Rowan, the lookalike, was all Eric Rowan's doing, or even it was not. That guy could have been involved because somebody had to be operating the forklift from the other side. We only saw video of Eric Rowan pushing over the gig boxes after the rigging fell over, and then he admits to having driven that car into Roman's car. So I like how this is going. Like, Daniel Bryan he thought that he was telling the truth, and now he's pissed that he was made a liar because he believed Rowan and was perpetuating his lies, thinking that it was the truth. And I think that's really interesting. I like it a lot. So that brings us to 205 Live. My notes for this are like all over the place, literally all over the page, because I only had like 5 lines on this piece of paper. I didn't want to go to another page. And so I put some of my notes in the top margin and then in the side margin. And yeah, so we open up with the Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns having been beaten up. The aftermath, so like the first 5 minutes, we still have SmackDown commentary, like talking about what just went on, and I thought that was pretty cool. That spilled into the other show. Then we find out that earlier in the day, Drake Maverick set up the main event that if Lince Dorado wins against Humberto Carrillo, he'll be added to the championship match at Clash of Champions. Our opening match of the night was Tony Nese versus Mike Kanellis, which somehow Mike Kanellis won, which was crazy. And then Tony Nese backstage, Oni goes over to him and tries to console him. He's like, "Hey, I've been there, man. It's all right." And then Tony is like, "You've been there? What? No, you haven't." And he just beats the crap out of Oni Lorcan. And then we had a quick match between Brian Kendrick, the team of Brian Kendrick and Akira Tozawa against a couple of local guys. I believe these were the same guys that the Viking Raiders destroyed on Raw the previous night. I'm pretty sure it's the same 2 guys. But anyway, they win, and then they challenge Jack Gallagher to a match next week with the partner of Jack Gallagher's choice. Who could Jack Gallagher's partner be? Will it be somebody from the UK? Could it be a Flash Morgan Webster? Or he's a UK champ. He's a United Kingdom Tag Team Champion right now. I don't think it'll be him or Mark Andrews, although either one of them would be really awesome to pair with good old Jack there. But it could be Noam Dar, even though he's I don't know is Jack the bad guy in this feud, or are Akira and Brian the bad guys? I'm not sure. But it could be Noam Dar. That'd be pretty cool. It could be what if it was Tyler Bates, or it could just be somebody who would be really popular in New York. Somebody like I don't know who the other one would be. But also next week we're going to get our main event of the night, Humberto Carrillo versus Lince Dorado. There's some really great stuff in this match. Go watch it. It's not the best match of the week, as the main event of 205 Live usually is, but it is very, very good. If it wasn't for Andrade versus Chad Gable, this would be like close to the first. It would be in the running for the best match of the night, of the week. Lince Dorado wins, and he is added to the championship match. So it'll be the only triple threat match on the card at Clash of Champions. And it's going to be awesome. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. This makes me even more excited for it. Like when Pete Dunne was added to the North American Championship match at TakeOver Toronto. So afterwards, Drew Gulak comes and attacks both Lince Dorado and Humberto Carrillo, and Tony Nese attacks them as well. And so Drew and Tony are reunited. And next week on 205 Live, we're going to get those 2 teams against each other. Drew Gulak and Tony Nese versus Lince Dorado and Humberto Carrillo, because the Lucha House Party are not talking to Lince Dorado currently. That's a real bummer. They're all mad at each other because of that jerk Arya Daivari. Jack Gallagher's partner is probably gonna be Arya Daivari, I'd imagine. Maybe. No, it could be. Who else could it be? It could be Mike Kanellis. He's riding high right now. Could be Isaiah Scott. That would be pretty awesome for him to return to 205 Live. But I'm not I don't know. We'll find out next week. So that just about does it. A couple real quick things. I will have my comic book episode, and I figured out the problem The problem is that there's a 10-minute limit if you don't have a verified account. I didn't realize that part of it because the video specifications and stuff doesn't say anything about that on the Instagram. Like when you look up Instagram TV video specifications, things like that, I don't mention the 10-minute limit at all. They say there's a 15-minute limit for mobile, and then the 60-minute limit if you upload from your computer or from a desktop browser. So I have way more comics than I can talk about in just 10 minutes this week, but I'll do it in two parts of actually 10 minutes each, less than 10 minutes each. And probably divide it into the books that I read, because I do have some time this week to read a bunch of the comics. I hope. Actually, if I take them to work with me tonight, then I can definitely read a ton of them. And then the second half will be books that I haven't read, and like some other stuff that I picked up. Also, I started watching, finally got more than one episode of Mindhunter season 2 watched. That show's awesome. And I've only watched the first 3 episodes now. And so I'll do an episode about the entire season once I've finished, which will probably be in the next week. And then I finally watched the season finale of Twilight Zone season 1, which is the Blurry Man, and that episode is super awesome. But you should watch the entire season before you watch the episode, because it does get meta about the show itself. And that's all I'll say about it, because anything more would spoil a lot about the episode. Even that much spoils like the beginning twist. There's the twist at the beginning when you find out that it's a meta episode, but that's all I'll say. So anyway, well, even the show, maybe that isn't quite a spoiler, because okay, I've said enough about it. Go watch Blurry Man, the season finale of Twilight Zone season 1 on CBS All Access. I need to watch more on CBS All Access, because I haven't. Survivor is coming back soon. Ooh, that's what I'll be using it for. And mainly Survivor, and maybe go back and finish watching the season. Was it Marquesas? That I still haven't finished watching that season. But anyway, let me know what you thought about SmackDown and 205 Live and all this other stuff by tweeting me at TIW Podcast. Go to TIWpodcast.com for more reviews. If you enjoyed this episode or anything else on the site, please share some links with your friends. Subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, wherever you like to listen. And I'll stay safe out there in all of the infinite multiverses. I'll see you next time here on TIW Podcast. Bye.